Bama family, after the day after one of the most thrilling, exciting, edge of your seat, incredible Iron Bowl matchups of all time, especially in recent history. Your man Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama magazine. Folks, what a game. What a game. What an atmosphere at Jordan-Hare Stadium. And the big one, for the first time ever, especially in my time of covering Alabama football, we had one of the crazier things happen for Alabama side. Didn't happen for Auburn side, but the craziness in a good way happened for Alabama's end, getting the 27-24 victory on the plains of Jordan-Hare over Auburn. Jalen Milroe, after watching Bryce Young 2 years ago at Jordan-Hare take the team 12 plays, 97 yards for a game-tying touchdown, you end up winning the game 24-22. And I'm pretty sure Jalen Milroe, growing up, or coming to his own as a high school player, saw Tua Tagovailoa, 2nd and 26 in a national championship game against Georgia. Jalen etches his own name in Alabama folklore. Now we have 4th and 31. Now, of course, Isaiah Bond calls it gravedigger, but 4th and 31, Jalen Milroe, throw it up there, pray somebody get it. Isaiah Bond in the corner of the end zone jumps up, makes the play, keeps both feet in bounds. Everybody's going absolutely crazy. Jordan-Hare stunned. Auburn fans can't believe what just happened. Alabama fans are going, holy cow, we finally get one. We finally get one to go in the way of Alabama in that stadium. Bama Nation, you guys finally got one. And it came at a time where, it wasn't Bama's best game. Not by a long shot. Kevin Steele, this defense could not stop Auburn from running the football. Auburn literally had 250-plus yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Auburn ran basically one play the whole game, designed quarterback draw with Peyton Thorne, and they couldn't stop it. Couldn't stop Jarquez Hunter, couldn't stop the quarterback run game, and it was just wild, man. It was just wild. It was wild. It was wild. Bama did not have its best performance. Bama did not have its finest outing defensively, but it found a way to win. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't sexy by any way of the imagination. But this team found a way to win. And if you're an Alabama fan, you emerged from Jordan-Hare last night. You woke up this morning with this on your mind. This Alabama team finds ways to win games. They can win them pretty. They can win them ugly. They can win shootouts. They can win close, heart attack type games. The opposing team can muck it up, and Alabama will still find a way. Caleb Downs, freshman DB, made several critical defensive plays in that game to hold Auburn to a field goal. When it was up 21-20, you hold Auburn to a field goal, 24-20, giving Alabama a chance there. And it started off rough, guys. It started off rough, but you get down there to what it was, the 2-yard line, and then a very bad snap by Seth McLaughlin sets you all the way back. And then it's 4th and goal from a 31-yard line, and it's a prayer to win it. And for the first time, you get one of those prayers to go for you there. And Saban talked about it after the game. It was crazy. There's been all types of crazy moments that happened at Jordan-Hare, and you got one to go for you. And you got one to go for you. So that's huge, man. And just the response of the team, the Lank mentality at the end, just phenomenal. And I mean, and Terrion Arnold had a pick six. They didn't count it. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure that they're saying to the SEC officials in Birmingham that Auburn didn't get the ball off in time. When I was watching, the ball was snapped with 1 second to go, so that pick six should have counted. The final score should have been 33-24, but I digress. Anyway, Bama fans, tune in tonight, TDA YouTube channel. Tune in tonight, 6:30 or 6:35 p.m. Central Time. Tune in tonight to TDA's YouTube channel. We will have the live interactive podcast streaming. We'll have the live interactive podcast with me speaking with Alabama defensive back Malachi Moore, Alabama defensive lineman Tim Smith. Check that out tonight. The show's at 7. So it's 7 o'clock Central Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. You get the TDA's YouTube channel, 7 p.m. Central Time, to watch the live interactive podcast with Alabama defensive back Malachi Moore, Alabama defensive lineman Tim Smith, yours truly, Stephen M. at TDA. So according to you guys here, they said that Arnold's foot was out of bounds. Okay, so Terrion Arnold's foot was out of bounds at the 3-yard line, so that's why it didn't count. So okay, I guess I missed that part of the review. So Terrion Arnold's foot was out at the 3-yard line. Okay, I got it now. So I guess I must have missed that part there of the review, but there were several different calls going back and forth there throughout the football game. But at the end of the day, Bama got the win. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, Crimson Tide emerged from Jordan-Hare Stadium 27-24 victory over Auburn. Coach Saban is now over 500. He's now 5-4 all time, 5-4 all time as Alabama's head football coach when he has to go to Jordan-Hare. So Coach Saban now a winning record at Jordan-Hare. He is also now 12-6 all time. Well, 11-5. 12-5, my bad. He's now 12-5 all time as the head coach of Alabama against Auburn. So he's 12-5. So big win there for Coach Saban. Big win there for the Alabama football program. And so now it can prepare for the SEC championship game against Georgia in Atlanta. Bama also got some help. Ohio State lost to Michigan. So that was a little bit of chaos there. You got an Ohio State loss to Michigan. Can you get maybe Texas to lose in the Big 12 championship game? I think they have to play Oklahoma State. That'll be interesting there. So we'll see what happens. But in another wild Iron Bowl, and an Iron Bowl that shouldn't have even been close, Auburn couldn't pass the ball. In an Iron Bowl that shouldn't have been close, Auburn couldn't pass the football. They only had 5 pass attempts the whole game. They couldn't pass the ball. Bama was up, 7-0 early. A holding penalty by C.J. Dupree hurt right there, but I digress from that. An Auburn team that shouldn't have even been in the game. Defense for Alabama allowed Auburn to be in the game because not being able to stop the run the way it should have. But this Alabama program, this group of seniors, 2020 seniors, the group that came in the 2020 class, so this group of seniors, 4-0 against Auburn. They went their whole career beating the Tigers. And that's something special for guys like Malachi Moore, Roydell Williams, Jace McClellan, Seth McLaughlin. This is something that group of seniors, Christian Story, Chris Braswell, that group of seniors can go out there on a high note. They can go out with, hey, we were the group that beat Auburn all 4 times we were in Tuscaloosa, and that's special. That's special. Nobody can take it from those guys. That's special. So kudos to this 2021 recruiting class that came in. They go their whole career without losing to, Auburn. So big win, for those guys. Proud of those guys. Proud of that team. Jermaine Burton was in bounds on that play. You saw his foot completely in bounds. I don't know why that was called out of bounds, but like I said, there were so many different calls in that game that we can pinpoint to, Bama Nation. But at the end of the day, despite the calls, despite all that happened, your team, Bama Nation, your team left Jordan Hill with the W. That's the big deal. Despite all that happened, your team, Crimson Tide fans, left Jordan Hare with a W. We got Dexter Wright coming in. Stephen M. Is Jace hurt bad? I know he walked off with crutches. Hopefully it's not. We'll hear from Saban tomorrow. Of course, I'll be in conversation with people I know and trust throughout today to see what's the real skinny there. But we'll definitely hear from Coach Saban tomorrow in regards to Jace McClellan. So I saw him walk out Jordan Hill with crutches. Hopefully it's nothing too severe, nothing too crazy, because Jace has had a productive season. But once again, we'll hear from Coach Saban tomorrow. And throughout today, I will be talking with different people I know within the program to get more of an accurate information of, okay, what's going on there when you talk about Jace McClellan. But Jalen Milroe, if there was ever a put the team on your back moment, boy, did he have it. 259 yards passing, 107 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. I know he had a moment where he said, give me the Heisman Trophy, give me that. Expletive, some choice words there. But, Jalen, what a throw. Give Isaiah Bond a chance. Give Isaiah Bond a shot. And 007 Bond gets up there, makes the play, stuns everybody. You win a football game on the road. Huge for Alabama. The Daniel Moore painting is coming. I don't know when Daniel's going to start striking that easel up, but the Daniel Moore painting, 4th and 31, that one's coming. So, folks, get ready to, at some point, pick up that 4th and 31 print there from one Daniel Moore, because that puppy's coming. You know it's coming. Anthony Batts writes in, Jalen got to know where the line of scrimmage is. I wish he would just tuck and run, but he knows Jalen Hurts, the Super Bowl contender this year. Well, Anthony, that's something that Jalen's got to get a firm understanding of is if you're beyond the line of scrimmage, just take off and run. Don't try to throw it. Take off and run with it. But he'll get better with that. He'll improve from that. He'll learn that, because it's very important that if you are beyond the line of scrimmage, you can't throw. That's a flag every time. That's taking first downs off the board. That's potentially taking points off the board when you're already behind the line of scrimmage or beyond the line of scrimmage. Go ahead and just run, with the football. But Milroe, big throw in the end zone. You get the win. This is an Alabama team, especially the 2020 group, that goes 4 years without losing to Auburn. That's huge. Dexter writes in, the defense seemed lax. They weren't They weren't checking each other or nothing. Yeah. I mean, this one's on Kevin Steele. Like, they ran one play, 1 to 2 plays all game long, and you couldn't stop it. They ran 1 to 2 plays. It was the same 1 to 2 plays all game long, and you couldn't stop it. Play up the middle, quarterback run, zone read, and you let them get 250 plus yards rushing. You got to stop that play. That's on Kevin Steele. You got to stop that play. And the fact that play was not stopped, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But for right now, Bama got the win. And at this point, that's what matters. You can clean things up. You can fix things up. You can go back to the drawing board, make those necessary adjustments you need to make. But right now, when you left the stadium, Bama fans, for those of you who were there, for those of you watching on TV, you left with a win. You left there with a win, and happy about that. Happy about that. I mean, you gotta be prepared to go into Georgia, and we're going to Atlanta and take on Georgia for the SEC championship and have a much better showing there on defense. You gotta have a much better showing there on defense, but at this point right here, you walk out of that stadium with the win here. Bama back Tillery writes in, I applaud Milroe for never getting down on himself after dumb mistakes. He kept playing the next play. He did. Jalen Milroe played the next play, and at the very end, got it done. He played the next play, and at the very end, got it done. Latoya Billingsley writes in, I kept looking for the second half adjustments. Nevertheless, we got the win. I feel sorry for Georgia because we're about to clean up some things and mop the floor with them. Saban's going to use this week of practice to get everybody's attention on gap discipline. Gap discipline on run plays. He's going to use this week to get everybody's attention. Gap discipline on run plays. Very important. Gap discipline on run. Because Georgia's going to want to run the football on the inside, or outside on the edge. You got to keep your gap. You can't get caught peeking outside your gap, or it's going to happen again. So this whole week of practice, if I know Nick Saban, he is going to put a lot of focus on having gap control, having gap discipline, playing assignment gap football. But absolutely, Lank was on full display last night. The let all naysayers know, even when you're not playing your best, even when you let the other team hang around and give them momentum, the Lank mentality at the very end. Jalen Milroe, huge. Terrion Arnold, huge. Caleb Downs on that Auburn drive where Alabama held Auburn to 3 late fourth quarter. Caleb Downs had a couple of really big plays, especially a tackle for loss there. Huge. So, I mean, for me, it wasn't pretty. For me, it wasn't the best version of Alabama football, but you got the win. And thank goodness I got home safe because it was wild out there. It was really, really wild out there. So this team was able to finish. It was able to finish against Auburn. Now it's going to start to finish there against Georgia. Timothy Pass writes, man, I had to walk away from the TV before that last touchdown. I'm pretty sure, Timothy, a lot of people had to walk away from the TV. I'm upstairs in the press box. I had my face bent down to my computer, and then the play happens, and I spill my drink in the press box. The play happens, and I literally spilled my drink. So, yeah. Incredible. Latoya Bellin said, did Terrion really step out of bounds on the pick six? How ironic they take away our pick six on the 10-year anniversary of the kick six. Latoya, I don't think Terrion stepped out of bounds, but that's what's being said. That's what that's what the officials called. I didn't think Terrion stepped out of bounds. I kind of saw it. I thought his foot kind of tiptoed down the sideline, but the officials claim he stepped out, so that's what we have to go on. But the important thing is, final score, Alabama ahead of Auburn, got the win there. Let's see here. Tally Ho 03 writes in, Milroe and Bond cemented themselves in Alabama lore forever. Just an unbelievable play when they had to have it. Yes, an unbelievable play when Alabama had to have it, needed to have it badly, and those two hooked up together and got that done for your Alabama Crimson Tide. So once again, folks, tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time, tonight at 7 p.m., you get to Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. You get right here, TDA's YouTube channel, tonight at 7 p.m. to see the interactive podcast streamed with yours truly, Stephen M. Smith, with Alabama defensive back Malachi Moore and Alabama defensive lineman Tim Smith. It's going to be a fun, exciting, engaging conversation. Really looking forward to having that here on this evening. But, Bama Nation, I just want to jump on here just to give you, my thoughts here on a Sunday of the day after an incredible Iron Bowl and a phenomenal Iron Bowl that it was, and Bama getting the 27-24 win there at Jordan-Hare. You guys continue the rest of your Sunday. Have a great day. I appreciate all of you guys.